So here we are again, and we're going to update our opportunity at WRB Industries. A few things have happened over the last what seems to be a long gap, but never is. The RFP is due out next week, or pretty soon. In the last little while, we've done a couple of demos, show and tells to various people within the IT group at WRB, including Linda. We have done a more in-depth analysis, a competitive analysis on the two companies that we will be competing against, which is the DeepNet and the SecureSoft. At this point in time, we don't see anything. They haven't got any magic product or a silver bullet that will give them a real competitive opportunity and advantage. So I just want to take a look and see what Oculus is saying about forecasting this deal. Here it is, and Oculus is saying don't forecast it. It's let's go next quarter here. Make sure we're in the right spot, which is right. Don't forecast it, and I think the reason is pretty clear. I don't know if you can see this. Let me increase this, and you can see that we're weak on the probability. Our probability at this point in time of winning is only 53%. It's not well qualified, and even though on the time axis looks pretty good that it's going to close, it's reasonably well qualified. So Oculus is saying, you can't forecast it with this, can't forecast it as a win with this low a probability. And it's rated, given it a forecast worthiness rating of F. So let's take a look and let's update it. So we've got some new information. So let's get busy here and take a look. And so the first thing we do want to do is that in terms of our solution, we did do a demo, and we did have one scheduled, and so we have had it done, and I would say that it went well. So let me make a comment that demo went well. It went exceedingly well. Dominic did a great job, and the people there really seem to like it. So it's good stuff there. And so let's go to the next group, which is the decision process. And in my discussions with Linda, one of the things I asked her was just how important is this deal to senior management and what kind of support it has. And she came back and said this project will happen, has a lot of support at the senior management. And the reason is, I'll make a note here, say high support, high level of support. And the reason is government business. There's a lot of government business riding on this enhanced network security. Oops. Just make those comments. Also, we did find out who the final decision maker is, and I just entered this earlier. It's the final decision maker is a CIO, number 5. I haven't met him. His name is Bill O'Connor. The good news is that Linda reports to him. So obviously Bill has a lot of confidence in her, and which is, I think, is good for us. She seems to like our solution. We've had her talk to a couple of users and stuff like that. So that kind of thing, I think, has worked well for us. So I think she could be, our internal advocate. But at this point in time, I'm not prepared to say that. But one of the things I will say is that we don't seem to have any enemies. I talked to Linda, and because it's a new project, there's nobody really within the IT department who is predisposed or or to anybody else. So I can answer this one with a no, which is great news. And let me go now to the competition category. As mentioned, we have done some competitive analysis. The competition doesn't appear to have any new or innovative products that can beat us. That doesn't mean I'm going to change number 7, my confidence for beating the external competition, from a medium to a high. Not yet. Not until the RFP comes out. So I'm going to go over here and say the competition doesn't have anything that'll give them a competitive edge. So those are the updates. So let's see what impact this has had on where we are. And you can see now we're getting up into the area of it being well qualified. We've improved our confidence factor significantly. And if you notice our score here, we've really just looks like we've moved it up about 8 to 10%, which is great. And you can see in the SWOT chart where we are now. We've eliminated a lot of the uncertainty out of the competition category. Let me just take a look and see more detail on this. So if I go down to competition, certainly we've reduced the amount of uncertainty. It's just from 50 to 71 now, about 21%. But we're still in the exposed area. So because of that, it kind of drags our score down for everything. In terms of the relationship, we've still got some distance to go, and we really, really have to meet the right people in the decision process. So let me just now take a look and see what the velocity chart looks like, and we'll see where we are. And as you can see, we're moving upwards. We're moving this, the blue line, which is the score, it's going up in incremental amounts. We looked like we were about 53 or 4 here, and we're up about 64 or 5 here. So this is absolutely trending in the right direction. I feel pretty good. I think we're going to win, but I'm not ready yet to say definitely we're going to win. We're feeling, everybody involved is feeling good. Let's take a look and see what Oculus says in terms of forecasting it. Oh, well, you can see right here that we've gone from an F to a B. So Oculus says, which is upside. So if we were forced into a situation where we had to forecast it, we could forecast it at about 6K or about 60%. But we're weak on the probability of winning the deal. We need to get that up. I don't think I'm going to forecast it, so I'm just going to remove it from my forecast. I don't want my boss leaning all over me about it. At this point in time, I'm not prepared to forecast it. A couple more things. I really have to see the RFP, and we have to take a close look at it. So let's just see where we are. We're moving forward. We've got work to do still in getting into meeting the right people in the decision making, the decision process. We've got to develop those relationships, and we have to see the RFP to figure out if we're going to beat these guys. So all in all, I would say we're moving in the right direction, and I'm happy. So stay tuned for the next update. Oh, and we don't expect any surprises on the RFP. Bye for now.